Attendance is 966 at this current, as of December the 2nd, and I think you might have seen that before, but I highlighted our current enrollment, and it goes up, and we see people coming into our school division. 323 at Edgemont, and 306 at Judah Watson, and 337 at CHS, for a total of 966. So it's a good solid number. We'd just like to have a few more. Any questions about our enrollment or where we stand?
It's good.
It's good, yeah. The VSBA conference, I did attend for our school division, and you got a little tiny, they called it a pocket program of what they do, and they of course have a big convention program. It was November 20th through 22nd. There were some good speakers on family engagement, good speakers on what the public thinks about education in general. There was I attended some sessions on rural student success, transforming a high poverty division, which was Martinsville City Schools. Maintaining quality instruction. Instructors was another one that I attended. Crisis communications, our attorneys, Rodney Young and Mandy Smith had a session on what to do in the event of a crisis and how you get communication out to your families. And of course their, I guess their golden rule to us was that we need to be sharing all the positive things all the time before something could go south, and be prepared by sharing all of the things that we do wonderfully in our school division. And the last thing I attended was modern governance on board docs, and I heard a session on board docs, and then I've got some information on your table about board docs, which is an electronic platform for doing school board meetings, and your packet has been clipped together. Rebecca and Darlene and I had our webinar on Friday with the vendor trainer about board docs and how it works in a school division. They then supplied us some information about the school divisions in Virginia that use this as a way to do their school board meetings, and you have a listing of those, quite a few Virginia school divisions, actually 3 pages of Virginia school divisions use board docs. There is a cost to it. There's a one-time startup fee, and there's a basic program, and there's a very expensive program, which we do not need, in my opinion. And I also provided you some information from Bath County Schools, who does use board docs as a way to do their board meetings. And I had conversation with Mrs. Hirsch at the VSBA conference about how she feels that the board doc process has streamlined their school board meetings, and she can be more efficient and help alleviate the paper that we sometimes put on your table at the last minute, because that could be added electronically. So we've made no decisions. I would like to see if you would like to have a brief webinar at your January meeting. This presenter would be willing to do some type of video webinar during the January meeting to give you some information about what board docs does. It is authorized from the Virginia School Board Association. They do promote it as an effective way to run school divisions board meetings. You do go through them when you make your contract. If we would engage in this school year with that, we would not pay the entire school year fee. It would be prorated for the cost, but it can be done on Chromebooks, it can be done on a laptop, it can be done on your phone. There's lots of ways it can happen electronically. Rebecca, anything you'd like to share from the
Well, I thought it was a very helpful webinar, and
today we had that on Friday, and today I did try to go to Bath County website and kind of, see some of the things we talked about on Friday, and I wasn't able to, and I don't know.
I got that
I
today.
pulled that off, but then when I clicked on these things, it didn't flow exactly the way I thought it would based on our webinar, but maybe that was just, me. Maybe I didn't spend enough time with it, I don't know. But I wanted to kind of see, when they talked on Friday, it was sort of like there were several levels, like you could have public information and then board information, and, sort of different levels, and I couldn't really see that. That's what I wanted to kind of see. But I didn't see that.
So
maybe I'll try one of these other localities.
So I hope to get Darlene and myself and Rebecca and perhaps Dr. Furman to have a conversation with Sue Hirsch from Bath County to let her walk through what she does on a regular basis with this document for her board meetings. And then would you all like to have a January 10-minute presentation to walk through what board docs could do for this school board?
She shared that with me. We both serve on committees with the Virginia State Association, and so she was my roommate, and she showed that to me, and it's very streamlined and efficient. I did see the different levels only because she was there.
Yeah, she did the
putting
same thing for
in
me,
her
yeah.
code and
That's what I
everything.
was
Yeah.
thinking, the code you need.
So it was very, in my mind, very interesting, and I like the idea of no paper. But I also use Google Classroom to the max for my instruction, so I like technology.
Yeah.
And she said, she is more than willing to come and do training.
She's very good at teaching you about things like that.
You were talking about the person we had this webinar with?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Sue Hirsch.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring that to your attention and see how you'd like to move forward. I do think if you look at the list, there's a lot of school divisions in Virginia, large and small, that do use it.
It's a large list.
And it is encouraging,
Yeah.
the sort of sanctioned by the Virginia School Board Association. That was positive.
I think there's a pretty high percentage that will probably want to utilize it on some level. So
Yeah.
I think we should, if they're willing to do something short for our next meeting, I think we should go forward.
I think we should too.
Okay, so
Bert's going, yes.
yeah, I will see.
We're here.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there would be a transition period, and it's hard going from one system to another. But I do think it's something we need to explore.
It is.
So I'll arrange for something to happen at the January board meeting, maybe at the beginning of it, a 10-minute presentation, video presentation from this vendor. And I think there's a lot of holiday happenings happening in our school division. Science fair tonight, a band concert this week.
Thursday.
SOL testing is happening at CHS. Keep your fingers crossed and say good thoughts for all those teachers that are working hard to prepare. Winter athletics are going strong. A lot of good things to be thankful for, and I'm very proud of our school division.
I did want to say that I find it awesome that CHS puts so much out there about the students and what they're doing on Facebook. I love keeping up with it. So I appreciate the folks who keep that going.
Thank you.
It's very good to see the artwork, the projects they're doing in classes, then the athletic events and that sort of thing is wonderful too, but to see the arts and English and math and science and everything, I commend you all for that, because it's very uplifting to go through my Facebook page and see that.
That was one of the things in our crisis communication seminar at the VSBA that our attorneys recommended to all of the people. It was well attended. Was to perhaps have a Facebook page for the school division where you posted the good things that are happening. So when something doesn't happen, it happens that's not so pleasant, you've showcased all the wonderful things. And there's a way you can keep people from commenting, so we just have to think about how we would consider whether we even do it. But it's just a way that some people like to share the information
We
about.
talked about that
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I think it is something we should explore as well. The
Definitely.
CHS has already started doing that, so we just have to see about the division possibility. So, and I think Bath County also has a division Facebook page, and I think Craig County does as well, and Allegheny does a lot with social media. So we need to take that step as well.
Definitely.